his father bought him a typewriter, and then that's when his father said they're gonna start going to the all white school, and then the white kids didn't like it, and then he won the typing tournament.
Okay, good. So we read our book and we started our book yesterday, and in that book we learned about our main character whose name was Mason, and his dad worked for a civil rights group, and that civil rights group decided that he needed to go to an all-white school because it was a lot closer to him than the school he would, excuse me, normally be zoned to. So they went to the all white school. At that school, Mason got really, really interested in typing, and he learned how to type on a manual typewriter as well as an electric typewriter, which is what we now call a computer. Um, he eventually went to a contest and won the contest. Very good, Samaya. So there's a lot. Remember, every time that we're looking at fiction text, we're looking at character changes. So even though this is a story that could have happened, a story that probably did happen, it's considered realistic, not realistic fiction. So in our story, we have to think about how did this character start off and how did this character end. Okay, so in the beginning of the book, when the book first started, what was he like? What was Mason like? Somebody other than Samaya, because she just spoke. Alejo or Maya, I'm looking at you. What was describe him from the beginning? In the beginning of the story, what was he like?
He was a writer.
Okay, what did he write for?
He wrote lessons and things. He wrote things for his dad.
Okay, did he use a computer or did he use a pencil and paper?
A pencil and paper.
Okay, Maya, you went unmuted. What did you want to add anything?
Um, he was nice. He did like he helped his father out.
Good. So he was very helpful in the beginning. He helped his father, but he was also writing on pencil and paper. Now he was, making it. He didn't have any issues with writing on pencil and paper. He didn't, excuse me, he didn't feel like pencil and paper was beneath him or anything like that. He still put all of his effort into making sure that he could do what he needed to do for his dad. Okay. How did he change as the story went on?
He started using a typewriter.
He started using a typewriter. So that's a big change. That changed how he was writing, and that ultimately helped him win the competition was with a typewriter. Good. So that's a big change that we need to note. How did he change on the inside? How did the inside of him change? Maya, how did the inside of him change from the beginning of the story to the end?
He kind of felt sad because even though he won the typewriter thingy, he didn't get anything. Only like the school they got like the paper just for typing.
Okay, good. So he, even though he won, he did have a sense of disappointment within inside of him because he didn't get any recognition. That's good. What about How did he feel when Elijah, how did he feel when he first went to school?
He felt nervous
Felt nervous. Why?
because he was going to a white school.
Good. So he felt very nervous because he was going to an all-white school, and so in that school, it was he was gonna put himself in a position to be ridiculed, be treated differently. And in the beginning, he was. The bus driver, drove past him 2 days. Third day, he picked him up and took him to school. But when they got to school, the principal just threw his schedule at him and told him to figure it out. I'm not going to help you find your classes, which is somewhat realistic because in high school they don't really help you find your classes. Um, but they're at least a lot nicer about it than he is. I remember when I first went to high school, I was lost and I had to ask like students because the teachers were just like, you gotta move. I don't know what to tell you. You just gotta keep moving and you'll find it eventually. Um, some of that is just a part of high school, but some of that is also because of his race. If another student had asked, I'm sure he would have at least pointed them in the right direction, um, and said, "Hey, you're at least on the right floor, or you're going the right way, or you're not. You need to turn around and go the other way." So he was treated differently. He was nervous when he first started at the school. Bryant, was he nervous when at the end of the book, was he still nervous to go to school?
No,
No, he wasn't. How do you know?
because he had run the typewriter contest.
Right. He won the typewriter contest, so he gained a whole nother level of independence, understanding, and confidence by the time the typewriter contest came, because he knew, even though he was a black student, that he could give something to the school and that the school would still feel confident in him, and at least see that he does something right. Um, I also want you to think about the point where he works in the library. That's a big change for him too, because he can see that he is good at typewriting, and then his boss starts to realize that he's good at typewriting as well. Okay, so today you're gonna have an activity on character changes. We've been working on character changes pretty constantly over the past couple of weeks. So this should be a quick review for you. So today's Tuesday, so you're going to use this graphic organizer. And it says in the beginning, the character Mason was, and you'd write, an adjective there to describe him. I know this because, and you'd put that there. In the middle, it says what caused the character to change during the story. You'd put that here. And then over here, you'll say, in the end, the character changed. The character became blank. I know this because, and you'd fill that out. Okay. Should not take you long to do. Remember, you can find this when you go to the Clever Teacher page and you click assignment instructions. It'll take you straight to this document and you'll go to Tuesday. Does anyone have any questions about your assignment today? I know that was really quick, but we've gone through this. This is a topic that we've talked about a lot. So it's very, you guys are getting to the point now where it's really easy for you to pull out those changes because we've gone over it for the past couple of weeks. So I commend how much y'all have grown on character changes. And I want you to keep it in mind as you read a fictional text because it's a big part of the book. It also contributes highly to the theme of the text. Okay. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about any work or anything like that? Okay, just another reminder, make sure that you get on Imagine Learning literacy and math every day. So do your best to finish a lesson in both the literacy and the math every day, every single day. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so as always, if you need help or anything, feel free to just shoot me a message in Class Dojo, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.